Hello everyone, Rich Luker, Master of the Economy. Welcome to our Credit Money Secrets Dispute course, where we go over how to challenge anything on a credit report without having to mail out letters. So let's get right into it. All right, so first thing you want to do is pull your consumer report. And the best place to go to do that is annualcreditreport.com. See right here, you got free weekly online credit reports are available from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Credit reports play an important role in your financial life, and we encourage you to regularly check your credit history. So they're actually encouraging you to regularly check your credit reports. So right here, just request your free credit report. All right, 3 steps to your free online credit reports. First step is fill out a form. Second step is pick the reports you want. Now this step is important because you need to make sure that you pull a report for Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So you're gonna have 3 reports. 3 is request and review your reports online. They're gonna have some security questions for you, so make sure you're ready to answer those questions correctly, or they may not give you access to your reports. And then you just go to request your credit reports. All right, request your free credit report. So here you just fill out the form. Just put in your personal information, usually the information that matches your driver's license, just your first name, last name, birthday, social, and your address and your previous address as well. And then you just hit next. Right here, like I told you before, you're gonna want 3 reports. So you want to report from each and every bureau. So click on each and every one, or else it's not going to give you the option to go through and get each report. So you get next. All right, so this is where you want to give them your information so that they're able to identify you, and they're going to take you through the steps to access your information through Experian. So you want to do this, make sure you do all of this stuff first, put in your email, your phone number, click continue. And when you're done and you got your report and you saved it, make sure you save your report. Each time you get it, save it before you go on to the next report. So after you saved everything, you're done with Experian, you want to get your next report. Yep, and basically the same process for all of them. So now it brings you to TransUnion, so that you can put in your information. After you save it and you're done with TransUnion, you go to get your next free report. Yep, it's going to return you back to annual credit report. Yep, so go to Equifax, same process, real simple, real easy. Put in your information, save your report, click next. And now you're finished. It says thank you. So from there, you should have your credit reports from every single credit reporting agency. We're going to move on. The next place we want to pull our consumer report is from Check Systems. Now, Check Systems is if you ever was declined for a bank account. Check Systems played a part in that. So Check Systems is a company that report banking information to financial institutions about you. Because they report information, that makes them a consumer reporting agency, which allows them to fall under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So because of that, you're allowed to get a consumer report from them. And right here, they're explaining how to get this consumer report, and you do it right here, right on their website. You can request it online, and you go down here and you just go through the steps. Have you been declined an account? Say yes. And delivery method, you want it online. And then personal information, put that in, your address, in terms and conditions, hit submit. And they're going to give you access to your Check Systems report. This is actually a sample of what one would look like right here. And yeah, so this is how it's going to look. It's going to have all your information, every bank account that you've opened. And next, you can actually dispute right here, right through their website itself. If you dispute the completeness or accuracy of the information in your consumer file, you have the right to submit a dispute directly to the source of the information. However, if you prefer, Check Systems will contact the source on your behalf to initiate a reinvestigation. So it's explaining a little bit about the process. You can read all of that stuff as you need to, but right here, you submit the dispute. It says right here, have you received your consumer disclosure report? You hit yes. And if you haven't, there's an option to click right there and get it. It's just like before, you put in your personal information, address. And right here is where you put the details of your dispute. And right here is where we're going to put in our check system dispute letter. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to make any dispute for any situation yourself using AI. Once I show you that, you're going to come back here, put it in here, upload any supporting documents, click the terms and conditions, and submit your dispute. And that's the check systems dispute process right there. Okay, so after you pull your consumer reports, the next thing you want to do is opt out of any of the secondary reporting agencies. Optoutprescreen.com is the official consumer reporting industry website to accept and process requests from consumers to opt in or opt out of firm offers of credit or insurance. So they allow you to opt out of Equifax, Experian, Innovis, and TransUnion. So these secondary reporting agencies are responsible for you receiving those credit offers and insurance offers in the mail. They are selling your information to these companies so that these companies can send you offers, and they're doing this behind your back without your consent, and you're not getting paid for it. So it's just best to just go ahead and opt out. So you just come down here, click here, and you can opt out 5 years because we're not mailing nothing. Click continue, put in your information, hit confirm. Very straightforward. Same thing here with LexisNexis. So this is just the opt out of information. You can read this all you want. They call it a information suppression, but you can read this and understand what's going on. But basically, this is doing exactly what I told you we were doing before, making it to where they just can't send your information behind your back. So opt out form right here. You just go to it. It's online. Instructions. You can read those. Your reason. Look, I do not want my information shared. It's just that simple. It doesn't have to be anything deep. And then, you put in your information as usual. And once you get to the end, it's going to opt you out. And I don't have to worry about them sharing your information for no reason. Same thing with SageStream. They're a LexisNexis company as well, but it's still good to go to them. Opt out. Just put in your information. And to find any of these companies and their opt-out forms, you just simply type SageStream opt-out in Google, or LexisNexis opt-out in Google, or use the URL that you see up here, and you're opted out. It's that simple. Put in your information. So that's going to help us when we're getting to the dispute process, which we're about to go over next. So by opting out of these secondary reporting agencies, it's just going to make it harder for these companies to verify the inaccurate information on our credit reports. So after we opt out and did all of that, we want to start the dispute process. So I'm about to show you now where we go to dispute. So this is the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is the only bureau. So Equifax, TransUnion, Experian aren't bureaus. They are just credit reporting agencies. They are not backed by the government. They are just private corporations that took it upon themselves to report your information. That's it. This right here is an official website of the United States government. This is the government. So the CFPB is going to be a huge resource when it comes to disputing anything on your consumer report, because we're actually going to do the dispute through them. And the good thing about disputing through the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is that it shortens the process from 30 days, which they got for the FCRA. They have 30 days when you mail out letters. With them is 14 days. So they have 14 days to respond. And this is actually the company that regulates those credit reporting agencies. So we're using the actual company that enforce the laws that they have to abide by to go and enforce that for us. So they're going to reach out to those companies and enforce those laws. One of my favorite parts about this website is this section right here. This is where I do all of my learning when it comes to consumer financial transactions. this is everything you need right here. So it was, as you can see, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Privacy of Consumer Financial Information, Fair Credit Reporting, Truth in Lending, Regulation Z. Literally, you can just read this and become an expert on consumer financial transactions. So, yes, I do highly recommend this section. This is where I get all of my knowledge from and all the laws I use to put into these disputes. So, but we're not here for that. We're here to show you how to actually submit a complaint. So let's get right into it. All right, so as you can see, submit a complaint about a financial product or service. Most companies respond in 15 days. Like I said, it shortens the process. All right, so you just go down. You can read all this stuff if you want, but we're just going to go to start a new complaint. So if you haven't already created an account, which most of you probably haven't, you would do that right here. If not, then you would go to already complaint, made account, and log in. So when you log in, it's going to bring you to this page, right? So we're about to go over this so that I can show you how to do the dispute process. So it's 5 simple steps. All right. So you want to come down here, choose the product or service that you're making a complaint about. We're going to complain about credit report, right? Credit reporting, what type of, that's what it is. What type of problem are you having? Incorrect information. It could be that, you got to use what is specific to your consumer credit report. I'm just giving you a general guide on how to go through this. What type of problem are you having? You want to do what's specific to your credit report. So we're going to do incorrect information for this specific circumstance. Information incorrect. Have you already tried to fix this problem with the company? Hit yes. Did you request any information? No. Hit next. So we're on step 3. I said very straightforward. Describe what happened. So right here is where we're going to actually put in our dispute letter. So I'm about to show you using ChatGPT, you can create any dispute letter for any specific situation that you have using this prompt. Very simple. So create a dispute letter for removing late payments, right? Based on, and this is where you plug in the law, based on transactions being excluded from a consumer report. All right, make a request. This is my official request to remove this from my credit report immediately. You hit some enter. Boom. Right there, point blank. And it's gonna be the same process you do for check systems. Remember over here, just put in your dispute right there for check systems. Yep, you wanna come back here, put that in. Make sure you add your name, put in your different accounts right here. Make it look good, obviously. Don't let the brackets and stuff like that make it look good. Don't make it look like you just did a template. Don't worry about putting any important information on here. They will not share any of this as long as you don't click this button. So as long as you don't click this button, they will not share any of your personal information. What would be a fair resolution? To remove these accounts from my credit report immediately. It's that simple, man. Tell them what you want. You can upload supporting documents if you have it. Then this is basically gonna Ask you which company are you submitting your dispute to. Equifax Information Services. So for Equifax, you always want to use them. So you're gonna need to do a dispute or a complaint for each company, each bureau, each credit reporting agency. So once you get down here, when it asks you, do you want to complain about another company, hit no. So once you go there, you hit next. And the reason I say no, because if you hit next, then they're not going to allow you to put in another letter. So we want to put a letter in for each company. So you hit next right here, and it takes us on to step 5, which is myself. Who are you doing this for? Is myself. And then right here, just gonna have you review, and then they're gonna submit the complaint. So that right there is the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau dispute process. You should be using this all the time. You don't have to mail out anything unless you're planning on taking the company to court. But if you're just trying to remove something off your credit report, use these guys. You don't have to mail out letters. Mailing out letters is just to create a paper trail. So no point in doing that. Use them. If you did want to actually reach out to the creditor or the financial institution directly, still without having to mail anything yourself, without having to go to the post office, you can use Credit Repair Cloud. It's a good resource for you to be able to send dispute letters out without having to go to the post office. They actually allow you to mail them straight from the software. They do have a free 30-day trial, so you can sign up and do all your disputing within that 30-day process and cancel the membership after you're done. So the first thing you want to do when you get on here after you signed up is add yourself as a client. So you go to add a new client, and then you're going to want to put in your information. You're going to put in an email, a different email that you use to sign up for this, because this is an onboarding email where they're basically going to send you an email to sign up for a service that gives you access to your credit scoring and your credit report for just $1. Now that's a free trial as well, so you're going to have to remember to cancel that after you did it. But we're just doing this just so that we can pull up our scores and our report, and it'll get imported into the software, which I'm about to show you how it will look after that. So once you had added yourself as a lead, it looked like this, right? It'll have your scores right there. It'll have what different things you have on there. And this is just a sample report, by the way. It's a 4-step process, right? So what you want to do once you come here after you added yourself as a client, it may not look like this just yet. If you haven't imported your report yet, but if you have, then it will look like this. But if you haven't, you go to import report, and it's 4 simple steps. Now I'm not about to go through all of those, but this is all you have to do to get your credit report on here and see print and send. So yep, step 2, your report will be pending after you import it, and you click on it right there. And here they allow you to generate letters, so they have their own letter library where you can use some of their letters, so you can read through their letters and compare them to the letters that you make. And also you can upload your own letters as well. And then you go to step 4, which is to send out the letter. So after you've went through the whole process, obviously you can mail out the letters, and they allow you to send them out certified mail as well. So there will be a cost associated with it. But it's the normal cost you would pay at the post office, and you still didn't have to go to the post office, didn't have to mail anything, didn't have to lick any envelopes. So this is a good software to use for that as well. And then here goes some of the laws that I use when I'm disputing. So this is going to help you out as well. 15 USC Code 1681A describes what a consumer report is. So you want to read that right here. Very important, right? Very important. Permissible purpose. This is a very important law as well. This talks about people gaining access to your consumer report. So read through this section. We got 6802. This is probably one of the most important and most powerful laws that there is when it comes to getting information off of your consumer report. And I'm going to tell you why. So, except as otherwise provided in this subchapter, a financial institution may not, directly or through any affiliate, disclose to a non-affiliated third party or any non-public personal information unless such financial institution provides or provided to the consumer a notice that complies with Section 6803 of this title. So, it's saying that no institution can share your non-public personal information. What is non-public personal information? That is information that can't be found through public records. So information like transaction history, information like account histories, anything that is supposed to stay with this institution, they're not allowed to send it to any non-affiliated third party. So a non-affiliated third party would be a consumer reporting agency because it's not affiliated with that financial institution. Experian and Equifax isn't affiliated with Chase. So if they were to share my information to these guys without giving me these 3 disclosures, then that is a problem, as well as they do tell you right here that you can opt out. So even if they did send these, you still have the option to opt out. So this is a very powerful law right here. And then validation of debts, obviously. So this, with the thing that's so powerful about validation of debts is that you're allowed to challenge someone that's telling you that you owe them a debt. So if someone's saying that you owe them something, you're basically telling them to prove it. That's what validation of debts are. You're validating the debt. You're asking for all of the proof that they have to prove that you actually owe them this debt. So this is one of the laws we use as well. That is the end of this course. It wasn't meant to be something long. We're just disputing, and this is just a way to get things off of our consumer report fast, without having to take months and without having to mail out any letters. And like always, let's get to the money.